Alright, hello, I'm the silverkyle, and it is time for another E3 review. I'm going to be starting this off with the Xbox One, the Microsoft 2018 conference that happened yesterday. And, man, E3 came really fast this year, I find. It just zoomed by. Like, I don't think I was really looking towards it too much this year, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing. But one thing that I did do is I stayed away from any rumors or possible spoilers or anything like that. So everything that kind of came out at E3 so far, if they had released it in the last month or something like that, or like past 2 weeks, like I tried to stay away from that. So to me, it's all new. So if ever I talk about something, I'm like, oh man, I was so excited for this game. It's like, man, I've known about that for 2 weeks. It's because I stayed away from the internet as much as possible when it came to video games for the last little while. So I have the entire list of everything that happened. I'm gonna kind of at least say one little thing for everything, but I might just skip over things because there's only a few things that I really wanted to talk about. Overall, Xbox did an okay conference. Wasn't horrible by any means. They've actually had worse conferences, and other people have had way worse conferences before. But also just not really the best. I kind of expected a little bit more. I really feel that we didn't see a lot of things that they're going to be working on in the future. It's more so like what's coming out now and what we had already heard of a lot of things. And for the new things that they did announce, I was just like, okay, like, that's cool, that's awesome, but nothing like a big wow. There was only one thing that was a wow, and it was a remaster. That was the only like, oh, I didn't expect that. Where did that come from kind of thing. But other than that, your standard fare. So they started it off with, however, I would say a little bit of a bang, Halo Infinite, which they showed a trailer for it, showing the bare bones of what they have to show to kind of get you excited for a Halo, because you don't really know that it's Halo until the very end. And it's taking place on a Halo ring, and it looked more like the first trilogy instead of Halo 4 and 5. So it's more, I think that it's kind of going in that direction instead of what the latest new trilogy has been going towards, which I think a lot of fans are really happy for. So I'm excited about that. Anytime you put Halo, because generally they wait about 3 years before they release it, I'm generally into that. And Master Chief will be the main character, which is just freaking awesome. That's I think the biggest thing right there is that he's going to be the main character, and that, as it should be. I'm sorry, but Halo is Master Chief, and that's how it should be until he dies, if he ever dies. And honestly, if it was my choice, he would never die, because in video games, you gotta keep, it's like playing a Mario game without Mario. It's not the same, man. Anyway, then they talked about they're going to show like 50 games, 18 of them are going to be exclusives, and 15 of them are going to be world premieres, which is kind of cool that they were doing that. They showed a trailer for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I really want to get this game. However, I still need to play the first game. I picked it up like a long time ago digitally, and now they have a physical release of it. I should have waited out a little bit longer. I think I might double dip and get it for on the physical. But yeah, looks fantastic. Looks just utterly cute. Tons of fun. Emotions, feelings, and good gameplay in terms of a 2D side-scrolling adventure. They showed the world premiere of Samurai Souls, which is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It looked okay. I was kind of interested. We'll see how this goes. Then they had Fallout 4 is coming to Game Pass, which is kind of cool. I don't have Game Pass, but I mean, if you're into that, that's cool. They showed the world premiere of the Fallout 76 trailer. 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. It's going to be massive. More on that with the Bethesda one. I won't be doing a Bethesda only one. I will say that Fallout 76, I was kind of like, alright, it's another Fallout game. But then they announced that there was going to be multiplayer in only like very small groups. Like it's not going to be a gigantic MMO. I was like, this is the kind of game that I would want from Fallout. Because I'm not a big fan of the single player Fallout games. But then you add multiplayer into that. And considering I feel that Fallout 4 just came out, I know it's because I just don't play a lot of video games anymore. Or a lot, I don't know. I didn't play too much of Fallout 4. It feels like it just came out. I was like, oh, really? Another Fallout? Give me Elder Scrolls! They did. Elder Scrolls 6 is being worked on. Thank God. But anyway, Fallout 4 being multiplayer, I'm really interested in that. Then they had the world premiere of Captain Spirit trailer, which is the same people that made Life is Strange. It's with a kid though. I really want to play the Life is Strange games. I don't know how I feel about Captain Spirit. But apparently everybody that loves Life is Strange is really excited for this too, so I don't know. They showed Crackdown 3, which I think I had heard that it was going to be delayed until February of 2019. I'm perfectly fine with delaying games. I have no problem with that, because then if you don't delay a game, then that means that you would have to have the game come out like 6 months to a year before it actually releases, and then you still might get delays. But I like having a game that we knew about from a long time ago, because it made that E3 exciting. And I feel that an E3 without a ton of new games is really boring. I'm maybe one of those weird people that is perfectly fine waiting, 2, 3, 4, 5 years before the game is actually, ours, because then we've been building up this hype, and I'm still just as excited for Crackdown 3. I'm actually more excited for Crackdown 3 because of this extra trailer that they showed, and I was like, yeah, I'm happy it's not coming out right now, because it gives me more time to play other games, and I'll get to Crackdown when it comes out. I'm always fine with delaying games, as long as it's not, like, maybe even 10 years. I don't know, I'm in a different mindset nowadays for games. Nier Automata is coming to the Xbox One X, and it is going to be enhanced, which is kind of cool. I already have it for PS4, so I won't be double dipping there, but I heard it's a very good game. I haven't played it myself, but I picked it up. Then they showed Metro Exodus. Not as impressed with this trailer as I was last year. Still wanted to get it, but it's not day one for me. Then they had Kingdom Hearts 3. Really looked awesome. I showed it to my girlfriend. She was freaking out because she had no idea really what Kingdom Hearts was. And she was like, I don't really care about any of the other characters, but all the Disney characters she was super into. So I think we're going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 in preparation for this. And it has a release date of January 29th, 2019. So already, I'm liking 2019. First month we get Kingdom Hearts 3, friggin' awesome. And then we get Crackdown 3 right after that in February. That's going to be a good year so far. Or a good way to start the year. They showed some Sea of Thieves expansions. They were kind of talking, like they were kind of explaining, like they had a trailer where the girl was kind of explaining what was going on, and I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at it, but I was just like gone, and I wasn't paying attention. And I was like, oh, more stuff for Sea of Thieves, awesome. Now there's like a gigantic megalodon, so a gigantic shark that can attack you. I think this is before though any of the expansions, but I like that they're continuously updating the game. The game, to me, was still fun before all these extra things that they're adding. I'm super happy that they're doing this. But to me, it was more so a multiplayer game with pirates, and you had to figure out if they're going to kill you or not, or if you're going to kill them. That, to me, was where I got the most anxiety and fun from that game. But adding more missions and other things that you can do, like, without involving other people, is always a plus. So I like the direction that they're going here. And Cursed Tales is in July, and then Forsaken Shores is in September, so we're getting these expansions soon. They showed a Battlefield 5 trailer. Didn't really look like Battlefield to me. I was surprised with that. They showed Forza Horizon 4. They spent a lot of time with this. I thought it looked okay. I'm not a racing fan at all. Forza Horizon is my kind of Forza if I'm going to be playing Forza. I don't like motorsport at all. I wasn't really blown away that much. They spend so much time, not just with Forza, but a lot of games, they'll spend so much time showing like the animated scenes that are, not actual gameplay. And I'm like, they look worse than the actual gameplay. Stop showing us this crap scenes that don't do anything. You show the gameplay and it actually looks better. Might as well just show the gameplay at that point. I don't understand why they show us scenes anymore. Do it once in a while, or a collage of both, but not just only that and then the gameplay afterwards. Just show us the gameplay. It ends up looking better anyway. I don't understand why they show scenes. We Happy Few, don't remember what that was. No, don't remember. They showed PUBG. What's that? Player Unknown Battleground, whatever it's called. It's there. Division 2. Looked okay. I like Division 1. I haven't beaten it, but I played a few hours with my friends online, and we'll probably pick this up, but like when it's like $20 or something like that. They did announce that Division 1 is coming to Game Pass, which is kind of cool, because it's not Microsoft exclusive at all. They showed a Shadow of the Tomb Raider trailer. Looks pretty good. I'm very much looking forward to that game. That has like the chances of being best game of the year. It'll be. I assume it'll be in the top 5. Has to be. They showed a session trailer, a skateboarding title. I'm not gonna pick it up. Black Desert Online. That one actually looks kind of cool. I think that's the fantasy one. There was a dwarf and I freaked out. My girlfriend kind of was scared because it was the only time I was like, "Oh, that looks awesome." She's like, "Oh, you scared me there," because I said it much louder than I expected to. But there was a dwarf and I was like, "Ah." That's all I remember from it, and a bit of other things. But it's an MMO game, if I remember correctly. And then I was like, not as excited. If I'm gonna play an MMO, it's gonna be WoW or Elder Scrolls Online, maybe Final Fantasy 14. Then they showed Devil May Cry 5. And I don't know, the main character looked way too emo. And I understand that Dante is emo. But not just lame and pathetic. I was just like, I don't care about this. I think that there was a big outcry when they had Devil May Cry 4 with what they did with the main character. And I feel that it's even worse this time around. I'd rather play with the Devil May Cry 4 main character than this one. Why? Yeah. Maybe some people are excited. I'm in terms of the look of the character, which I know it's simple and it should be like, oh, it doesn't matter, but it's still the whole point of why we play video games, or a large part of a lot of people, is like graphics. And for me, it's not necessarily graphics, but how things look. How he looked lame to me. There's nothing that cried more lame than what that guy looked like. I just feel that I would not be able to. I would like. Anyway, I won't get into that. Cuphead DLC trailer, cool. Tunic, which was like, to me, it reminded me of like a little cute Fox Zelda-ish game, like an overview Zelda game, not the third-person perspectives. Looked kind of cute. Probably not gonna pick it up though. World premiere of Jump Force. That's the anime smash up. Not for me. I do love Dragon Ball Z, but yeah, not my kind of thing. Dying Light 2 trailer looked okay, looked interesting, but not something I would pick up for full price. They showed a Battletoads trailer, but they didn't really show anything. They just showed that Battletoads is coming, and I wish that they would have showed just a little bit more. I don't, and the way that they were using the writing made it look a little bit more cartoony, so I don't know how I feel about that. I will actually have to see the actual the gameplay of the game before I really judge on how it looks, but I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. Battletoads alone is awesome, but we'll see. Just Cause 4 trailer. This is the first time I ever see of it. I don't know how long it's been announced. I don't know if this is the first time they showed it. I thought it looked kind of cool. Just craziness that happens in Just Cause games. But now there's tornadoes and there's like a whole weather system. And that really made it look cool to me. Like I want to try driving around during a blizzard. That seems fun to me. I'm from Canada. I want to do this. It's what I live. And I was like, that's kind of cool. So, and then just having the tornadoes and stuff. Not a game I would ever play full price for, but when it hits $20 because it's Ubisoft, it will go down to that, and then I'll pick it up. Then they showed Gears Pop trailer for mobile, and now they're talking about mobile games at E3, and I'm like, we've fallen so much that we're talking about mobile games, and people are excited. You can have your mobile games, that's fine, but I am not excited for that, especially Pop. I don't care for the Pop figurines at all, and Gears just doesn't seem like it should be that kind of stuff. Anyway, moving on. They also revealed Gears Tactics, which looks like XCOM. That looked kind of fun. That was much more up my alley, and I was more excited for this than almost anything else in the conference, other than Halo. Yeah, that was one of the few things that I was really looking forward to. Did I already miss the biggest thing? Yeah, I already missed the biggest thing that I was excited for. Earlier, there was the world premiere of Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. So they've remade, I guess, Tales of Vesperia, which originally came out on the Xbox 360. and it's getting a new revamped edition, which is awesome. I was like, yes, I have not played that game. I really wanted to. Haven't picked it up for the 360 yet. Now it's coming to Xbox One. I do think that it's also coming to PS4 and Switch, though. I'm not 100% certain on that. But I think it is. And at that time, I was like, oh, do I get it for Xbox One? Because I got the Xbox One X. Or do I get it for Switch so I can play it on handheld? Really torn between that. If that it is coming out for Switch and PS4, which I'm pretty sure that it is. So yeah, they showed Gears Tactics. Then they showed a Gears of War 5. Which didn't really look like Gears. Like, it didn't look like Gears that much to me. It was very bright and it wasn't as gritty as the other games. And I get that they're kind of going away from, like, they don't want it to be too gritty and gray. I get that. But, yeah, it didn't remind me of Gears too much. And then they ended it off with Cyberpunk 2077, which I think everybody's freaking out for. I don't like punk stuff. I just don't relate to it. I'm not punk at all. If anything, I'm more of a Soch kind of person. So, the futuristic stuff I really liked, and there was times where it just looked like, to me, like it was a futuristic Grand Theft Auto game. And in those instances, I was like, that looks really fun. That looks like something I would have a lot of fun with. But then other times they would show a lot of punk stuff, and everybody's so much punk, and I'm like, I don't care. So I know that it's made by who is it there? The same people that make The Witcher 3 and all that. Project Red. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, I know that they're revered as like some of the best developers out there, so I'm gonna give this a chance, but I don't think I'm gonna pick it up day one. I think I'm gonna need to see a lot more from it, like trailers, gameplay, people talking about it, reviews and things like that before I eventually dive into it and maybe pick it up. But I think I'm gonna get a discounted price because I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. So that was the end of the thing, and I just feel like there wasn't any big reveals here. Halo Infinite, but we kind of knew that was coming. Gears of War 5, like eventually there's going to be another Gears of War game. Gears Tactics, that's pretty cool. And the other big one, for me anyway, was Tales of Vesperia. That to me was like, whoa, that's awesome. Everything else was kind of just there. Crackdown 3, we knew ahead of time, a long time ago. Now we do have, I guess it's coming out next year. New trailer looked really good because one of the biggest things for me in the Crackdown series that I just love doing is running around and hopping around and collecting things and going to the top to the highest building. But the battle system isn't the greatest. The battle system looks like it's improved in Crackdown 3. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess Samurai Souls is the only one that was like really new and that like I might be interested in. But yeah, it was just kind of like an okay E3 showing. Not too excited or freaking out about this. It's just, oh, there you go. That's what they had. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Xbox's conference. And I'll talk to you all next time. Beardage!